joining me. Today's flow is on the ground, so we're going to stay seated. We are, though, at the end going to be using the wall for legs up the wall. So this is going to be a great sequence for tired legs, especially back of the legs. Maybe you've been sitting a long time, maybe you've been doing a lot of exercise where the backs of your legs, your hamstrings and your inner thighs, your groins are a little sore, and you want to get a good stretch. So we're going to be using the floor and the wall as our props. If you have blocks, they're handy. I'm going to show you a couple things to do in case those hamstrings are really tight to help you lengthen them and find a good stretch. Also have something to sit on, whether it be a pillow, a blanket, something. You can even sit on your block. Sometimes the block goes a little too high, so it's nice to have something softer so that you can sit on that. So we're going to have all of those things. A strap can be handy, but not necessary today. So I'm going to show you a couple other variations that you can do with your hands when doing some forward folds. To begin, we're going to start seated. So find a comfortable seat where you are feeling supported. You can sit on your heels. You can sit on your glutes. You can sit crisscross. Wherever you are, just find a seat that's comfortable for you. And then once you've found that seat, allow your eyes to close. Allow yourself to come into the room, onto your mat, and into your body. Take in your surroundings. And just allow yourself to become more present with every passing moment. Checking in and asking yourself what brought you to your mat today. Whatever comes to mind, allow that to be your intention for your practice. So whatever got you to your mat is the exact thing that needs to happen today. And let that be your intention, and let your intentions guide your practice today as we're here on our mat during this time. Hold that intention in your mind's eye as you bring your hands to your heart center. Press those palms together. Press your thumbs into your chest as you lift your chest into your thumbs. And we'll set that intention with one Om together. If you're not comfortable doing an Om, you can just sigh out your mouth. So take a full inhale through the nose. Keeping your eyes closed, let your hands come back down to the thighs. Exhaling fully, we're going to do a little counted breath. Inhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Sigh it out. Let those eyes blink open. And just check in with how you feel now after a few rounds of breath. And continue that smooth, equal parts breath throughout the practice. Your breath might be a little shorter, it might be a little longer. It doesn't have to match mine, but just move mindfully through this practice. So we're going to start in Baddha Konasana. So again, you have that option of sitting up on something, but not as high. So I like to usually place that blanket underneath my hips, and I like to sit up so that the fleshy part, your gluteus maximus, is on the blanket, and then those sit bones start to roll forward, so it's kind of tilting your pelvis forward. And then you're going to take a block, one of your blocks, and you're going to place it on the skinniest height to begin. So skinny, oh narrow, and you're going to place that between your feet. And then sit to where you can with your block, sitting up nice and tall. Hands are going to come back behind you, roll the shoulders back, and then as you exhale, you're going to press into the block with your feet. And then exhale, press down with the knees. Good, take another inhale there. Exhale. Good, another inhale. And exhale. Inhale allows those knees to come up. Exhale, you're going to switch the block. So instead of the tall way, you're going to go the low way, but still long. So pressing those feet into the sides of the block. Sit up nice and tall, roll the shoulders back. Take an inhale, lift the knees high. And then exhale, draw the knees down. And then just pausing here. Take an inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more full inhale. And exhale. Inhale, draws the knees up. Exhale, release those feet. Now you're going to take the block the long way. So placing your feet along that. If you need two blocks so that your big toes can press into the block too, press them side by side. Press in. Hands come back. Roll the shoulders back. Notice I have a little bit of give in my arms here. And then I'm going to inhale, bring the knees up. And then as I exhale, I'm using that outer hip to draw down as I press my chest forward and I press into the blocks. Good. Another inhale. Exhale. Good. Keep using those glutes. Squeeze the cheeks. One more big inhale. And exhale. Good. As you inhale, draw the knees up. Exhale, release those blocks. And then from here, coming into stretching our right leg. So again, you can stay up onto that blanket, extend your right leg out, draw your left leg in. So again, if you need some support, maybe your knee's a little tight, you can draw a blanket underneath, a pillow, a block. Sit up nice and tall on your sit bones. Lengthen that leg up, hands come behind you, lift the chest like we just did. Take an inhale. As you exhale, press that left foot into the right thigh and start to hinge forward. So your belly can come straight forward between your thighs, right? So you're lengthening so your right ribs are equal with your knee. And then over time, if it feels okay for you, maybe you start to draw your chest toward the knee so that left shoulder's aiming toward your right toe. Hands can stay behind you. That's going to help lengthen the chest forward. Press down into the heel, press down into the back of the calf as you let that chest come forward. Be mindful that you're not rounding into the upper back trying to grab those toes, because then you're not really in your hamstrings, you're in your low back. Keep lengthening the chest forward, finding that hamstring stretch. Take one more full inhale here. And exhale. Inhale lengthens you up. Exhale brings you back in. From here, you're just going to take that left leg, open it up, so you might need to adjust your blanket so you're still on those sit bones, so you're more at an angle now, and you can take your block for your elbow on the back side and the front side of your thigh. Take an inhale, reach the arms up, and as you exhale, take that right arm down toward the leg or the thigh. Take another inhale here, open up, and then exhale, top arm reaches overhead. So you're leaning toward the right, finding a side stretch. If reaching the hand overhead is too much for you, hand can stay on the hip, and then just lean it over. So there's more of a hip and stretch in your hip with your hand on your hip. As you bring your arm up, you start to get that stretch all along the left side here, up into the shoulder. And sometimes I feel like my neck gets a little heavy, so I take that bottom hand and I just press it just behind my ear, and then I can support my head so I can keep opening my chest here. Press into the legs. Take another big inhale. Everything's active. Lengthening away from the center line. Exhale fully here. Inhale, top arm reaches. Exhale, circle top hand down as you lift your chest. And then we'll switch sides. So taking that left leg extended out. Sitting up nice and tall, draw that right foot in. Supporting the right leg as needed. And then press that right foot into the left thigh. Take a big inhale, lifts the chest. And exhale starts to press the chest forward. Shoulders draw back. Your shoulder blades draw down your back. And your heart starts to press forward. And now just kind of check in with that front toe. The front toes like to point. Just take a moment and point that way. You'll notice you come completely out of your hamstrings. You're more in your calf. Now start to draw that toe back to you. You're going to start to feel your hamstrings down. Good. Press down into the legs as your chest comes forward. Good. Nice full breaths. The hamstrings are always pretty tight in most people, so a lot of times we tend to shy away from it. We feel that uncomfortableness. See if you can breathe through it, right? See if you can stay with the stretch. That's your intention here. You're here to stretch your hamstrings. You might as well do it for 2 more full breaths. Can you continue to press down into the legs as you lift up through the spine and lengthen forward? Good. Another big inhale. And exhale. Leroy's favorite part, the hamstrings. Inhale, lengthens up, just because I can pet him. Exhale here, you're going to take your right knee, draw it out to the sides, but I'm going to use my left leg here. So you're going to draw that right knee out to the side so you're a little bit more in an open position. Good. And then from there, you're going to take that block, if you used it on the other side, place it on this side. Take an inhale, reach both arms up. As you exhale, lean over to the left. And again, if it's too much for that right arm to reach up and over, hand can come to the hip, press down and away with the legs as you lift up through the chest. Rotate through the chest. Gaze can be up if your neck's okay. Gaze can look forward or even down, or you have that little headrest of your arm and you reach over. Good, nice full breaths here. Finding that side stretch, but also a little inner thigh stretch as you lengthen through the legs. Full breaths, equal parts breath. Good, one more full inhale here. Exhale. Inhale takes that arm up. Exhale, press yourself up. Good, taking that right knee and left knee back in. Extend both legs out, sitting up nice and tall. And again, so this time we're going to do both legs. So again, find that place where you can sit, lengthen out. Sitting up nice and tall, and again, your feet can be hip distance apart. They can be big toes touch straight together. Sometimes I find if my hamstrings are tight, I put them out hip distance apart. Sometimes I even press that block between them. And then I'm sitting up nice and tall. My pelvis is tilted forward. And then from here, I'm going to put my hands behind me, roll my shoulders back, take a big inhale. And then exhale, forward fold. Going to draw that belly and chest forward. Shoulders roll back, those shoulder blades draw down your back. And then maybe if it's okay, hands come forward towards your knees. Be mindful that you're not rounding forward trying to get to those toes. You're just lengthening forward as you press the feet down, toes draw back, kneecaps are lifted toward hips, and those hips start to draw forward. Good. 3 more breaths here. 1 more full inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lengthens you up. Exhale, walks those hands back. Go ahead and bend those knees. And then you're going to take those legs out wide. So from here again, sitting up nice and tall. Using that bolster if you need. And then you're going to take both legs, extend them out wide. So your legs are going to come out wide. Again, sitting up on that bolster really helps get those legs out wide and the pelvis tilting forward. A lot of times when we sit here, we're kind of rounded back because it's uncomfortable. You can have your blocks toward the front if you need them for later. And then bring your hands just by your hips to begin. Press through the feet, draw those toes back. Tone your inner thighs. So press down into the floor with your legs. Lift the chest as you press your hands into the floor. And then exhale, start to hinge forward from the hips. So you're going to just take your upper body, lean it forward. So find a little bit of a stretch there. Breathing. Good, nice full breath. And then over time, as this inner thigh releases and as your mid-back releases, you can maybe take the hands to the blocks and start walking the blocks forward. So you're going to continue just walking those blocks forward, lengthening out, chest comes forward. Not the neck and not the head. So belly and chest forward. Legs are still active. A lot of times here too, our toes start to draw in. They start to point because it's easier. You have 3 more full breaths. Good. 1 more full inhale here. Exhale fully. Inhale, lengthens you out. Exhale, brings you back up. Good. Grab onto those inner thighs. And then lift your knees up and draw them back to Baddha Konasana. Good, so from here we're going to do a little bit of a flow. So I'm going to walk you through it. So I'm going to do all of it with you. 1 breath per pose. So we have all the poses we just did. We're just going to add them into a little flow, and we're going to do that 3 times each leg. All right. So starting in Baddha Konasana without the blocks this time. All right. So you're going to sit up nice and tall. Take a big inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, draws those knees down. Inhale, brings that right knee up. Exhale, extends right leg out. Press left foot into right thigh. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, draw that right leg out to the side. Take an inhale, reach up. Exhale, lean it over. Take an inhale, come back up. Exhale, bring that right leg back out. Bring the left leg back out. Take an inhale, reach up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, back to center. Draw those legs out wide. Take an inhale, sit up tall. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, back to center. Grabbing the inner thighs. Inhale, brings those feet in. Exhale, fold, Baddha Konasana. Inhale, brings you up. Exhale, left leg extends. Right thigh pushes in as you inhale, lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left leg out to the side. Inhale, reach and right arm up. Exhale, right arm over. Inhale, brings you up. Exhale, brings hand down, left knee in, right leg out. Inhale, sits you up tall. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, back to center, both legs wide. Take an inhale, lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, draw those knees in, lift and up. Inhale, sits you up tall. Exhale, forward fold, press the knees down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right leg out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right leg out. Take an inhale, reach that left arm up. Exhale, lean it over. Inhale, brings you up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, brings right leg in, left leg out, sit up tall. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthens you up. Exhale, draws both legs out wide. Sit up nice and tall, big inhale here. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lift through those knees, draw the soles of the feet in, take a big inhale there. Exhale, knees down, chest forward. Inhale, lifts the chest. Exhale, left leg out, right thigh in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, press the chest forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, leg out to the side. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, lean to the left. Inhale, up. Exhale, hand down. Inhale, left leg in, right leg out. Sit up big and tall on your inhale. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, both legs wide. Sit up tall, big inhale. Exhale, lengthen. Good. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, back to center. Grabbing those knees, inhale, lift. Exhale, back to center. Holding here for 3 breaths. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge. So you can press those elbows into the tops of the thighs. You can use your blocks. You can keep your hands behind you. Whatever's going to feel best. You have 1 more full inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, lengthens you up. Exhale, takes that right leg out. Sit up nice and tall, big inhale. And exhale, fold, holding here. So again, you have those blocks. You can use those blocks on either side. You can keep them stacked. Rolling those shoulders back, breathing. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, back to center. Take the right leg out. Sitting up tall, big inhale, reaches left arm up. Exhale, lean it over. Couple breaths here. Again, you can use that hand underneath. Opening up the chest, spreading through the toes. Exhale fully. Inhale brings you up. Exhale, back to center. Take both legs out. Inhale here. And exhale, fold. Roll the shoulders back, spread through the toes. Draw those feet back to you. Exhaling. Inhale, lift. Exhale to center. Take those legs wide. Sitting up tall, big inhale here, spread through the toes. Exhale, folding forward. So maybe it's sitting up tall, but remember you have a nice long spine. You're lengthening forward. One more full inhale here. Exhale. Inhale lifts you up. Exhale grabs those knees, lifting up, bring the soles of the feet together. Inhale here. And exhale, hinge forward. Good, pressing down and out into those outer thighs. Heart comes forward. Imagine bringing the soles of your feet closer to your belly. Belly going closer to the soles of feet. Exhale fully. Inhale, lift. Exhale takes that leg back out. The left leg out. Take an inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, fold. Good, nice long spine. Press the chest forward. Press both legs toward the floor as you press down into the sit bones of the blanket. Exhale here. Inhale, lift. Exhale to center. Take that left leg out to the side. Sitting up tall, inhale. And then as you exhale, right arm reaches over the head. Roll the shoulders back. Maybe you find that little prop. Lengthen through the arm. Try not to just reach it over, but really reach through those fingers. Press down into the right hip. Exhale fully. Inhale brings that top arm up. Exhale brings you up. Take the left leg in. Extend the right leg out. Sitting up tall, big inhale. Exhale, fold. Try to relax through the shoulders any little bit. Draw those shoulder blades down to the back as you press down into the feet. Exhale fully. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, back to center. Taking both legs out nice and wide one final time. Inhale, lifts through the heart. Exhale, fold. Over time, as your hands can come forward, roll the shoulders back, lengthen belly forward without rounding forward. Good, one more full inhale here. Exhale fully. Inhale, lengthens you up. Exhale, back to center. Helping with those knees, draw those soles of the feet in and pause. Just kind of sit here for a moment, notice how it feels. Check in with the legs. Check in with the mind. Close the eyes for a moment. Remind yourself of your intention. And exhale fully here. Let those eyes blink open. Go ahead and help those knees up. From here, we're going to make our way to the wall. If you don't have a wall, press pause, get a chair, something you put your legs up on. But something preferably you can make your legs wide. We're going to do those same motions of legs wide and Baddha Konasana legs, but on the wall. So it's giving our legs a little bit more of a rest. It's a little restorative position. So finding your wall, you're going to take, I like to take my blanket toward the wall as well, because give my hips a little bit of support. So my hips are supported there. Blocks you don't need, you can put those off to the side. And then the hardest thing is getting up the wall. So what I like to do is I like to get right next to the wall. I'm going to sit on my blanket. I'm going to put one shoulder right next to the wall, and then I'm going to lay back. As I lay back, I'm going to lift those legs up the wall. And sometimes it takes a while to maneuver yourself and move around. But see if you can get that blanket under your hips. Lengthen your legs up, and then just pause there. Just notice how it feels. Hands can go on your belly. They can go out like cactus arms. They can even go down by your side. Mine don't really go down by my side very well. My arms are a little bit longer than my torso, so I tend to like cactus arms. or hands on my belly. And then find your breath. Inhaling and exhaling fully, finding that equal parts breath. Another inhale here, and exhale. As you inhale, take those legs wide on the wall. So let those legs slide out on the wall. Legs are going to go nice and wide, spread through the toes. Press your sit bones back toward the wall as you press those heels away. And take a few deep breaths here. If you feel like you do need a little bit of support, your blocks can come under those thighs for a little extra support. So if you feel like gravity's pulling too much down, you can wedge those blocks underneath your thighs for a little bit of support. I like to do it at an angle so that I'm not pressing into the corner. So I have a little wedge there that I can feel supported if I need it. 2 more full breaths here. Exhale fully. And taking those in, taking your outer thighs, you're going to bend your knees slightly, draw those legs up. Pause there for a moment. And then start to bend the knees slightly so the feet are flat on the wall. And then draw those knees wide, bringing the pinky edges of your feet toward the wall. And then those feet can come down as close as you feel comfortable, but keep the pinky edges against the wall. And this is where my long arms are a little bit of an advantage. I like to kind of prop my hands up on either side and kind of let them use as kickstands for my feet to keep them supported for my legs so my feet can press together. You do also have that block option. Again, you can wedge underneath your thighs so your arms can continue to rest. So whatever's best for you, but again, just finding this little passive Baddha Konasana stretch. And finding that equal parts breath here, inhaling and exhaling. Three more full breaths here. Exhale fully. Help those knees in. Extend the legs back up for a couple more breaths. Pausing there, noticing any sensations in the body, the mind, the legs. Reminding yourself of your intention again, bringing that quality back to mind. And then bending those knees into the chest. Use your arm as a pillow, roll over to your favorite side. Pause there for a moment in a little ball. And then as mindfully as possible, press yourself up. Come all the way back up to seated. You're going to find a comfortable seat here. Cross-legged, so crossing your shins, maybe cross the opposite one, the one that feels normal, and then switch it around so it's a little unfamiliar. And then sit up nice and tall, take an inhale. Exhale, rotate to the right. Right hand's gonna come behind you, left hand to your opposite thigh. Roll the shoulders back and look behind you. Just a simple twist. If it's too much to look behind you, you can always look straight ahead, or you can look forward. If your hand doesn't quite make it to your outside of your right thigh, you can press your hand down in the center line of your body, lifting and lengthening the chest. Exhale fully here. Inhale brings you back to center. And exhale, opposite side. Left hand's behind you, sit up nice and tall, either hand to center line, or maybe that hand comes over the opposite thigh. I like to turn my palm away so I can find a little bit more of openness of my chest rather than pulling on my chest or pulling into it. 2 more full breaths here. Inhale to the front. Exhale, unwind. You have the option to sit here for a seated meditation for about a minute, or if you'd like, lay all the way down onto your back. Use any props that you like, especially if your hamstrings are tight, maybe your low back's a little tight, rolling up that bolster. Lay all the way down onto the back or stay seated. Once you're wherever you're going to end your practice, exhale fully. Take a full inhale. Hold the breath for a moment. And then sigh it out. Surrendering here for a moment in full silence. Allowing your next breath to come in a little deeper. And on your next breath, bring some movement into the fingers and toes, wrists and ankles, arms and legs. Inhale, take those arms, reach them back behind your head, slide your feet together, give yourself a long stretch. And then slowly bend the knees, draw the knees into the chest, giving them one final squeeze here. And then when you're ready, using your arm as a pillow, roll over to your favorite side, pausing there. Acknowledge the shifts and changes in the practice, not only physically, but also mentally. And then extend that top leg, press into your top hand, roll forward slightly, and then press yourself up, all the way back up to seated. I always like to sit on my little bolster at the end. Sitting up tall. Once you've found that comfortable seat, allow the hands to come to your heart center, let your eyes close. Bring yourself into the room, onto your mat, and into your body. Bringing that intention back to your mind. Whatever brought you to your mat, hopefully that intention was fulfilled during this practice. And letting the strength, the energy, and the breath of this practice help you make it back to your mat time and time again as you need. We'll close our practice with one final Om. Take a full inhale. Bowing your head slightly. Taking a moment, think of one thing in your life that you truly are grateful for. And holding on to that image in your mind's eye as you raise your head with a smile. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for taking time for yourself. Drink lots of water, eat your veggies, and wear some sunblock. We'll see you next time. Namaste.